Good Tuesday evening. Welcome to BCP Live. Hi, I'm Joey McWilliams. I am glad that you are here, that you're on board tonight. It is a Tuesday once again. We have just about wound down the month of June. That means we're at the halfway point of the year. Actually, we're at day 180. I was thinking about this just a few moments ago. We're at day 180, so not exactly the halfway point. We'll be there in a couple of days. We have passed the longest day of the year, so that means realistically, the days are getting shorter for this point in time. So that you would think that that would mean it's going to get cooler. Not really the case at all. So that's okay. We'll be here for a while. Oh, one other thing, by the way, too. I want to say thanks to everybody for watching. Please do comment and let us know that you're here. I want to give a shout out to the folks that are watching tonight. If my audio is an issue, let me know. If it's not, don't worry about it and forget we even had this conversation. All right. Leading to my guest tonight, I am extremely happy to get to be visiting with another person who oversees a local business right here in Bryan County. And you know what? It's a very important local business, I think, as well, especially with what we have going on in the country, all that's going on, not only nationwide, but I think it is something that we see locally right here in Bryan County, right here in this Texoma area. Hi, Dottie. Glad you're watching tonight. I want to introduce the guest tonight, Sasha Barrett, who is from Express Employment Professionals. Sasha, thank you so much for taking time on a Tuesday night to come visit with us.
Absolutely. I'm so happy to be with you tonight, Joey.
I had a chance to get to meet you a little more than a year. Well, I just want to say a little more. It feels like a little more than a year ago because the year was off in 2020. It actually wasn't quite a year ago because you all you are working with the Express Employment, and they had the Clydesdales come in, and that was a big part of what was going on. That was a later part of the year, though, wasn't it? It wasn't exactly the same time during the summer. It's a little different, wasn't it?
It was actually the very first time we had the Clydesdales in Durant was the Christmas parade in 2019. So we led the Christmas parade of 2019, kind of kicking off our entrance into Durant back in January of 2020, and then we opened our office in September. So it has been actually over a year since we've been over
Wow,
there.
man.
Goes
Okay,
fast, fast, and having fun.
it does go fast, and I know that you have children, and so I know you understand this. It goes by very, very quickly. So, I want to talk to you about that tonight. I want to say hi to Lahoma. Thank you for stopping by, Daryl. Always good to see you, man. Thank you for commenting as well. Listen, we definitely want to get people to work. And that is where you come into play and your business comes into play. I see the name. And again, you have to forgive me. I'm still associating just a little bit with the Clydesdales because I thought it was so cool. But I love your logo. I think it's cool. And then when I see your logo, okay, Express Employment Professionals, what is that? What exactly is that? What do you all do?
Okay, so Express, we're a huge company. Actually, we are international. We have 800 offices. New Zealand, South Africa, Australia, Canada, and of course the United States. So coming to Durant was kind of a big thing for Express.
Wow,
Something we've
yeah.
had for a long time. So it's we're an employment agency, and if you're familiar with employment agencies, there's a few of us here in Durant. We're just kind of the newest one, but we help good people find jobs with good companies, and then on the flip side of that, we help companies find those good people that they're looking for to work. So kind of a job matchmaker, if you will.
I like that. It's funny. I was hesitant to say that. I thought that's exactly what that sounds like, what she's describing. But I didn't want it to lessen it or anything. But since you said it, then I'll use that. I'll keep that. I'll keep that there. It works. I think it works. That's really pretty cool. Well, now you say, which by the way, I like the way you put that. You are in all these different countries, Australia, Canada, all these places, and then you finished it up with, so coming to Durant's a big deal. You know what? I think we're a pretty big deal. So that's all right. I like the way you said that. When you talk about helping people, then I get that, because the people, the individuals are the ones that are getting the jobs. You also said that you help companies. How do you help the companies?
So, I mean, companies, especially right now with having 2020 having shut down and 2021 gearing back up and trying to get production going, like everybody is kind of lagging. We're all playing catch up right now. And of course, what helps that production is going to be your labor. And so with labor hands and what we're looking at as far as events across the nation, everybody is struggling in that area. So the time that we can take to help the company and the client per se is going to be releasing some of that off their shoulders, like having to do the marketing as far as for the recruiting side of it, looking through the applications, scheduling the interviews, doing the background checks, the screening, all the vetting pieces of it that come together just to find that perfect fit. That is something that we do. So we do all of that for you. And then you say, Sasha, I'm looking for this person that has A skills, B skills, and C skills. And then I call you back, or my employment specialist will call you back and say, hey, I have this person and this person, can I go ahead and send them out and see how they do the first day and see what you think about it? So we take all those burdens off of you to kind of release that for you, as far as, also covering the workers' comp pieces of it, all those little legal pieces of it. We do all that for you. So it just helps save you some time and some money for sure in the end.
That really is a big deal. I mean, from what you described, There's a lot that one of these days, the Patriot's going to have a staff that goes outside of people with the last name McWilliams. I promise. And as we're growing in that, I didn't realize all that you talked about there. I mean, there's a lot of time and effort that goes into it. So you really are not only helping the individuals, I mean, you're helping the businesses too.
That's right.
Are you with the local branch, if you will, here in Durant, in Bryan County? I mean, is your reach solely within the county of getting people jobs here? Or what's the reach of Express Employment with this branch?
This particular branch, our goal, is to help the Bryan County areas. We have other sister Express offices around that fill the needs for their particular territories that they're in. Now, as far as where we recruit from, we pull from several different areas. So even within Durant, if you're a company within Durant that's looking for specific skilled labor that maybe you're having a harder time finding within our community realm, we can pull outside of that from your Toka counties, Pushmataha counties, Carter counties, things like that, because we do have those sister offices as well. So we kind of all work together as a team to make sure that we can fill the needs that those companies have specifically.
Well, that's cool. I'm just get me thinking on that. And it's just like, the internet doesn't stop at the Red River. I tell people that sometimes when I'm talking about the reach of even the Bryan County Patriot, the internet didn't stop the county line. It doesn't stop at the Red River. And so we're getting the word out to people just beyond Bryan County, but we do want to help specifically Bryan County. And right. I think that describes like what you were talking about just then.
Yeah, exactly. We're trying to help Durant grow as much as we can.
When you do your work, by the way, we're talking with Sasha Barrett tonight. If you're just tuning in, thank you for watching BCP Live, whether you're watching us on a Tuesday night or maybe you are getting this on a replay on Facebook, possibly even. And I want to drop this out there really quickly. Some of you might be watching this, the replay on YouTube. The YouTube channel is growing, getting more subscribers, and we're more than 140 subscribers on the YouTube channel right now, which is really pretty cool because most of the viewership for this show is Facebook. And so that's kind of neat that the viewership's growing on YouTube. Anyway, so keep that up. Thank you. Here with Sasha Barrett tonight from Express Employment Professionals. And I've heard of staffing businesses before. What is, when you look at what you all do, what makes you all unique? What brings you out and sets you apart maybe from some other businesses that are similar?
Absolutely. So, obviously the end goal is the same for any staffing agency. It's going to be to help fill the position or fill the need that the company has. And then, of course, help the associate find work. Something that I love about it and what they do differently is when we are doing the interview process, it's about an hour and a half that we spend with an individual who comes in looking for work. And our goal isn't just to find out their specific skill sets or their work history, even though those are very important pieces of the puzzle, but it's really to find the pulse of the person, to see what their character is, what they're really looking for, what is it that makes them happy, what is it that makes them or motivates them to get out of bed in the morning and go to work, because that's really those key components that the companies are looking for that will actually make a good fit for that person and that company, and all in all will be successful for everyone around. So that's what makes us a little different, is we're not just looking for bodies to fill a role. We're looking for the pulse of the person to make that good fit for both the company and the person, so they can just live happily ever after.
I like that. There's that matchmaking theme again. You
That's
want it to be a
right.
happily ever after. I like that. You're definitely going to do well with this. Well, okay. I want to go back to one other thing you said too, that seems to be a plus for you. Did you say 800 branches? Am I using the word right? Branches, 800 offices.
Sure. We have 8 offices internationally. Yes.
Well, I would think then that the synergism among those that you have between offices, and you can help one another out too. I would think that all of those being under one heading would also be something that would be a benefit to you, to Bryan County, and then to all of the areas.
Absolutely. We work almost probably at least a couple times a week. We hear from companies that are outside of our territory, even out of our state, if you will. Some even from Canada that call because they're doing odds and end jobs in the Durant area, and they call because they need help. So it's helping our people in our community being able to connect with jobs that they would have never heard of otherwise, if Express wasn't here, to be able to play that bridge for them between the two.
Well, I would ask you this, and I want to wrap up our time. It's a Tuesday night. I know you have kids. I know we're out of school right now,
Yes.
but I know that. Are you enjoying that, or how do you feel about that, Mom? You like having the kids home?
I do like having the kids home. They help a lot with the chores, not as much for me.
I like that. And your kids have had camps and stuff going on too, as well, right? I mean, it's been a busy summer. You haven't just been sitting around.
Right, exactly.
Well, that's cool. Well, I wanted to ask you then. This seems to be a time in which jobs they're always important, but right now, I mean, it's an interesting time in history where finding the right job, finding the right person. I don't think we are at a lack of employers, and I don't think we're at a lack of jobs, but there has been a disconnect between jobs and the employees of late. Now, some of that, you can go back to 2020 and some of the legislative decisions that were made in 2020, and they've had their carryover into 2021. But some of that time is going away. So, are you seeing more people coming in and connecting with you and trying to find that right job?
Absolutely. There's been a pretty viable increase over the last, even I would say 4 to 6 weeks, as far as increase of interviews and applications. People are starting to feel safer to be able to go out and kind of get more involved in things. So there's definitely a turn coming. I think we're just seeing a little bit of it right now. I feel like within the next 2 to 4 weeks, we'll have a large influx of people who are ready to go back to work. And then the jobs, they're here. We have a lot of jobs right now, and we have a lot of people looking for work. So it's just kind of playing that piece is just right and putting them in the right places to fill all those needs and make sure that everybody's working.
Well, I want to tell you, I think that you're doing a good job. I enjoy visiting with the folks up there. Your staff is very nice. They're very friendly. They're always very kind to me when I come in. I know we had an opportunity. I always seem to, lately I've been promoting Coffee Network here. So if you're not a part of the Durant Chamber of Commerce and you have a business, you need to be, number one, and then get connected, because there are lots of great folks here in the Durant area in Bryan County. And so we had a Coffee Network you all hosted a while back, and it was fantastic. Absolutely. And your people took great care of us. Like I said, they always take good care of me when I stop by. So I commend you for what you're doing. And I love the idea of it in getting the right people to the right places. And I'm going to remember that happy ever after. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just plugging in the right people, the right places. So like just a jobmatch.com, I guess.
All right. We'll keep that. Sasha Barrett with Express Employment Professionals. Stop by. Where do they find you, by the way? How do they get in touch with you if they either are in need of a job or know somebody who is in need?
Okay, we are actually over on Bryan Drive. If you're familiar with Durant, kind of next to Boomerang Diner, Benjamin Moore Paints. We're right in that little strip mall area, right in the middle. We have colorful windows that say now hiring, and we're there every day, 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. Me, Star, or Tiffany would love to help.
All right. Online, how do they find you online?
Yes, you can go to expresspros.com, or we also have a Facebook page, this Express Employment Professionals of Durant. All of our jobs listed there. You can apply right then, and usually we can get you to work within a day or two. So no waiting around, and you do get paid weekly, and we do not charge any fees to the associate that's looking for work. So if you're going to get paid
Wow.
between $12 to $15 an hour, that is what we will pay you. We don't dock. There's no fees to help anybody find work.
That is fantastic. All right, Sasha, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking time on a Tuesday night to stop by and visit with us here on BCP Live. God bless you. Success to you and your business, and have a great week with your family.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure, Joey. Always a pleasure.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let her go. And man, I appreciate that. Wasn't she great? Fantastic to get to visit with her. And you know what? She's like so many people we have on BCP Live. She's just a nice person anyway. And so I appreciate so much getting to visit with the nice folks in town. So again, Express Employment Professionals, the website expresspros.com. So that's sometimes people might have a hard time spelling out the long word. So there you go. You don't have a hard time spelling Express Pros. I want to give a shout out to a lot of our sponsors really quickly here for BCP Live. I want to say thanks to the folks at All Seasons Travel, as well as Bryan Agri Products, Choctaw Nation Foster Care, Firehouse Subs, Hausner's, Justice Insurance, Prices Printing, Taco Casa, Van Meter Realty, along with Alliance Health Durant, Remax, the Land Division, Corner Drug, Country Framer, Gordon Funeral Home, Heartbeat Realty, KFC, Shamrock Bank, Taco Miles. He had to mention both the taco stores there because it is Taco Tuesday, and the Waffle Shop. Shout out to all of those. Just on a number of the folks who are sponsor the Bryan County Patriot online, bryancountypatriot.com. And so I'm thankful for all of those businesses and so many more. We'll get through more as we continue on with these shows. All right. We had a story today on the Patriot about Sarah Lewis. So please be sure and visit bryancountypatriot.com and check that out. She is the new executive program director for Durant Main Street. And I know for the current president of the Durant Main Street Board, Cassie Wilkie, I know she's very happy that we have a new director now. Cassie, by the way, has done a fantastic job, and I appreciate the work that she has given as the Main Street director, or the Main Street Board of Directors president. There we go. Get all that. I know I will. So thank you to Cassie, but nice story today. Well, I wrote the story, so I'll say it's a nice story. Whatever. Anyway, it's on the Bryan County Patriot. Check that out too. Fireworks. There are some places that have already started. I know I'm going to mention two again. Now, I told you last week, and I will still give this. I'll put it out there for you, that if you want to promote another fireworks stand, that's fine. Just let me know. Let me know in the comment section. We'll get that out there. Two of them that I want to promote because they're close to home, because I have kids working at them. See, I'm not there. I mean, not pulling any punches. I'm telling you exactly where I am on this. So I have kids working at the Abundant Life Texoma fireworks stand. They have three of them. One of them, Pruitt's, one at Green Spray, and then there's going to be one. There is one at Calera as well. That one's been open already. In town, I think, in the Durant city limits, at least that's the way it's been for years and years and years and years. I started selling fireworks back in 1986. Okay, 1986. Now, I believe that Sasha is still listening, so I will say she probably wasn't even born in 1986. So just throw that one out there. That's for our guest tonight. That's when I started selling fireworks in Durant and in Bryan County. And it was a long time ago, but that's not the point. The point is that fireworks stands were open on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And so most of them, I think that's still a city regulation, that means we are, less than 36 hours out of a lot of folks selling fireworks. So please keep that in mind. Abundant Life Texoma. And it was important to us because when I was in the youth group back then, they called the church Abundant Life Temple at the time. When I was in the youth group back then, this is how we raised money to take our trips across the country. And they weren't just, hey, we want to take a fun trip, although we did enjoy the fun trips, but we went to competition. We went to district competition, singing and playing instruments and speaking and doing skits, dramas. It evolved over the years. And we went to a district competition and a regional competition and a conference competition and a regional competition and then a national competition. And so the national competition was generally somewhere, on one coast or another. Well, here we are in Durant, America. And man, we needed to finance those trips. So a big part of it was selling fireworks, and that was a big deal to me. Some of you may have bought fireworks back then, so thank you very much. You helped send me to Augusta, Georgia, or Winston-Salem, North Carolina, or, my goodness, trying to think of all the places, Orlando, Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. We went out to California. My goodness, we were just all over the place. And I'm grateful to the folks who bought fireworks. The second place I want to throw out is for the same reason, and that is the fireworks world, because the Durant High School Band, my kids are selling fireworks there as well. Durant High School Band is helping to staff that, and they get a cut of the fireworks that are sold at Fireworks World, which is located on 6975 in between Calera and Colbert. And so I think that's an incredibly cool thing to do, supporting a local fine arts club. That's not really, the Pride of Durant is so much more than just fine arts, but it is fine arts. And you're talking to here's how big a deal this is to me. Okay. I broadcast sports. I know that's our drinking game here. And sometimes I'll just say that because I just needed a drink of water, which now is one of those times. But sorry, I can't let the cup fall. That would be bad. I broadcast sports. Sports are incredibly important to me. I am a huge sports guy. And I will tell you, even being the huge sports guy, well, I'm not that big. Ask Don Hyde. I'm kind of small. Don will tell you. I try to wear shirts that are small to make me look big, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, sports get a lot of attention. Sports get a lot of attention. And because of that, sometimes some of your other organizations, like a band, like a choir, like a speech debate team, like a drama team, like whatever else you may have. You have HOSA, you have 4-H, you have different things like this that may not get as much attention as the athletic groups. And rightfully so. It's really an outreach. Well, I want to tell you, these groups are very important too. And groups like the Pride of Durant, which I believe, I submit to you tonight, that the Pride of Durant is the single most decorated organization within a 75-mile radius in any direction. I'd almost go 100 miles. That's how big that the Pride of Durant has been over the years, how many awards that they have won, and all the things they've earned. So it's a big deal. And I think we ought to support them. Now, do I have kids in there? Yes, I do. Support my kids too. But I supported the Pride of Durant when I didn't have kids in there, because I saw it to be something that was worthy of my time and my effort, and I think that you should too. So just something to keep in mind. Finally tonight, and we'll get this done and get out within half an hour, I wanted to recognize folks that have gone too quickly, and a couple of folks that have ties to Southeastern athletics. And I just wanted to recognize them again. In the less than 11 days, we have lost a couple of people that mean a lot to folks here locally. We lost Brianna Berry, who's a former Southeastern volleyball coach, and she was here for a number of years. She was here 4 or 5 years, I believe, in Durant, and she stepped forward from there. She was up at George Washington University in D.C., and Division I. She was one of the assistant coaches there. She passed a couple of weekends ago. It was very unexpected. She was 33 years old, and she had an impact on many of the college athletes around this area, brought many college athletes to Southeastern when she was the coach here. She was a phenomenal college volleyball player in and of herself, in her own right, an All-American at Florida State when she played there, the ACC Player of the Year in Division I volleyball for a conference. She was the Conference Player of the Year her senior year. And she was a good person. I really enjoyed being around Brianna. I had a number of opportunities to interview her. I got to see her take a team, a Southeastern team, by the way, that was not expected to do much at all, barely made the conference tournament and made a run to the conference tournament championship match, fell in the championship match. But Coach Brianna Berry led the way there. She did a great job with the folks here at Southeastern, and we miss her. And she is gone too soon. And I just wanted to take a moment to recognize her and say thank you, Brianna, for what you did for us here in Durant and Southeastern. You are not forgotten by any stretch of the imagination. So that was kind of tough. That was a couple of weekends ago. And then this weekend, again, something that just came up. It was a surprise to me. I think it was a surprise to many folks. But Lee Long passed away this past weekend. Class of 1987, I believe, at Durant High School. And she was an absolute fixture at athletic events, both at Durant High School games and Southeastern games. She was a great supporter of athletics, and she was recognized recently by many of the Southeastern athletes. They got to do something in her honor, recognized her as the number one fan. And I don't think there's any question about that. She was the number one fan. She would always come out and she'd always say hi. If you knew Lee, and I had an opportunity to get to know her over the years, Mrs. Patriot knew her in school, and she was a couple of classes above Jody in school, and so she knew her, and it was always fun. I felt important because Lee would talk to me, and it's always neat. Have you ever had somebody that when they talk to you, you just feel more important? And Lee would talk to me, and I just felt more important because she got to visit with me. But I always knew my place when I was visiting with Lee, because she'd talk for a little bit, then she'd say, well, where's Jody? So, there we go. It's always Jody was more important. That's okay. I didn't get my feelings hurt or anything like that. And I knew that she thought Jody was important too. And I know that made Jody feel important. And Lee, again, she was one of those people that I appreciated her, always had an opportunity to say hi, I would definitely take the time to stop. If I ever had a chance to see Lee in the stands, whether I was broadcasting that game or just piddling around being a fan, I always wanted to get to stop and go over and get to give Lee a hug and say hi. And she always had something good to say. And she'd talk about the team. She definitely had some commentary on the games and how things were going from game to game. And we miss her. And so I just wanted to give a shout out to her already here from BCP Live and from the Bryan County Patriot, another person who has gone too soon. But I said it in the post on Facebook the other day. I know that we'll see each other in heaven. And so I look forward to that day. And I really do. I know we have more things to get done here. There's more work to be done here. So Lee, I know you're taking care of things up there until it's our turn to get to come, but we look forward to getting to see you when that time comes. So, all right, that's it. Because I know if I go too much further, I will absolutely start bawling. And that's, you talk about an ugly cry. Yeah, that is an ugly cry, and nobody needs to see that. So we'll move on. Thank you so much for watching tonight or for watching the replay. Thank you for stopping by. To Dottie, to Lahoma, to Daryl, thank you for commenting tonight. Appreciate that. Thank you very much to Sasha, who is what a great guest. I appreciate it, and I hope that she will come back on again, because I'd like to find out a little bit more about how these things go in the future. Then, if we're going to get, she's talking about maybe an influx of people in the next 2 to 4 weeks and 6 weeks, how this all turns out. So I want to get to see the progress and how this goes from here. And I know that they do a great job. Express Employment Professionals. You can find them online, expresspros.com. You can also go to their Facebook page, and they do have a local Facebook page. So to everyone tonight, I said I'd do it in less than 30 minutes. I got to talking about Brianna and Lee, so you're just going to have to forgive me. I'll do it in less than 32. Number one, be wise. Be wise. That's the best way you can live your life, with wisdom. Don't blow it off. All of us need wisdom, and sometimes we need that wisdom renewed every single day. If you don't feel like you have enough wisdom, the Bible said, ask God. He said he'd give it to you, and he wouldn't find fault in you for asking. He's not going to look down on you and go, why is that person asking for wisdom again? God said he'd give you wisdom. So number one, be wise. Number two, walk in love. I have said before, it doesn't hurt you to walk in love. Sometimes, actually it does hurt to walk in love, because it'd be easier to be mad. And you'd feel better if you just got a little mad and you just said some things you shouldn't have said and did a couple things you shouldn't have done because somebody cut you off in traffic, or they took that last box of whatever it was, or took the last, package of toilet paper when we have a toilet paper crisis. I don't know, whatever it is. You could find ways to be mad. Sometimes it's a little tougher to walk in love, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Number two, walk in love. And number three, don't live in fear. Don't do it. Every day, every week for sure, and every day, you're going to have something broadcast to you that's going to give you a reason, an opportunity to be afraid. You can be afraid of the Delta variant now. You can be afraid of this. You can be afraid of that. Don't do it. You can have respect for a situation without being afraid. And I challenge you, if you don't know what that means, just try it. Just try to, you know what? I respect the fact that a car could hit me on the road. So I don't want to walk out in front of a car, but I'm not scared of the car. I've got to drive places. I've got things to do. There's a difference. So number one, be wise. Number two, walk in love. And number three, don't live in fear. Till next Tuesday night, thanks again for watching. God bless you all. Have a great night.